naturopath, I really believe in natural options for healing and in staying healthy. So in our office, we really try to live that out. So imagine the day that I walk into our restroom and there is a bottle of commercially produced air freshener. Caught me totally off guard. It was against everything I believe in. And for a moment, I couldn't even imagine where it had come from. All I know is I took the bottle of air freshener, walked to the front desk, and said, "Who put this in the restroom?" Well, of course, my entire staff denied it, but it didn't take me long to remember that we had just recently began sharing the restroom with the folks downstairs. So I politely removed the air freshener from the bathroom and I replaced it with something natural, with the intent of going downstairs and having a conversation. But life got busy and I forgot to do that. And the next thing I know, Dave Corey is in my office.
The restroom incident was me falling in love with a scent, a natural flavor that had been prepared by Pam. And I considered that the best thing I had ever smelled.
So as this process began to unravel and we began to have more dialogue and more question, I began to share with my staff and my family about this Danielle and this Dave, and immediately there was a sense of maybe mistrust. Well, who are these people? And really, they want to make this what? With you? And why? What do they want out of it? But of course, my excitement for an essential oil wipe superseded everything. It didn't matter who these people were. I did know this, that I really liked Danielle and I really liked Dave.
So sometime in 2013, I came across this awareness of what was going on with cell phones, and I am pretty familiar with what's on store shelves, and so I sort of put two and two together, that there wasn't anybody really targeting cell phones with a cleaning product, and yet nearly one person for every 7 billion on the planet was carrying a cell phone. So that to me seemed like the starting ingredients for a business idea that was worth noodling.
It was spring and summer of 2013 when Dave and I discussed the idea of creating a wipe for a gadget. Dave is constantly on CNBC, listening and learning, and he came and he said, "Do you know how many, cell phones there are in the world?" And I was like, no, how many? And he says, I want to say it was close to, was it 1 trillion? Billion? And he said, think of how many germs are on a cell phone. And we need to create a product that's going to make a difference in the gadget world.
Well, I processed how to take a gadget product to market. I had notions of how I would package it, how I would market, how I would bring it to market. I didn't know what the delivery looked like. I didn't know how to not be a Me Too, how to not be a Windex wipe. So that part of the story emerged when I finally sat down with Danielle, and she encouraged me to go meet with Pam, and Pam and I got together and began the process of turning this into a business.
As Dave progressed and started to tell me about his ideas of a wipe that would clean gadgets and cell phones, immediately I got excited. Immediately I began to think about the different ingredients that could be used in these wipes that would be natural. Now, Dave didn't come seeking ideas from me. He just wanted to know what was the solution that we used in the restroom that replaced that commercial air freshener. But then, as we began to talk, the conversation began to unravel, and we began to quickly see that with my commitment to natural ingredients and Dave's vision of a unique wipe together, something incredible could be created.
I knew enough to know that I didn't have the skill sets to figure out what the cleaning ingredients needed to be. What I did know is that alcohol-based cleaners voided your warranty on devices. I knew that the devices were showing up in my life, in my kids' life, in my kitchen on a pretty continual basis, and they were generally filthy, and I didn't know what to clean them with. So that sort of further confirmed the notion that there was a business model in the making here. But I knew I didn't know what the secret ingredients were, how to make it something different and how to address the market in a way that consumers would be excited about. So in my first meeting with Pam, she began to tell me about press stories that I had missed about the power of essential oils treating things that were all over the place, and about how our cell phones kept themselves warm and found their place on the average restaurant tabletop, and were full of bacteria and full of germs. And so I think in that first meeting we began to have this idea that we could combine essential oils as the key cleaning ingredient. And of course the magic of that was that it would be this natural product, that it would have an appeal to an unbelievably large trend in the marketplace right now, which is this discovery that the average consumer is on right now, where they're unfolding these layers of information around all the marketing messages that they hear every day, and what seems to really be a different set of facts about how you should clean your environment.
So once Dave and I had this initial meeting, and we decided that there might be something to discuss here, we then came back together again, and we started to have meetings. And I was able to meet Danielle. And during these weekly meetings, we would discuss different aspects of the wipe. We would discuss the naming, the combination of essential oils, the packaging, the uniqueness of the product, our commitment to natural ingredients, who the manufacturer was going to be, who was going to partner with us. And as we went through this week by week by week, what began to occur was the birthing of an incredible, unique product that we were not able to find anything like it in the marketplace. Even when we thought we did, even when we thought we found an essential oil wipe, and we began to scrutinize it, we saw that there were ingredients in those wipes that we would never put in ours. So we knew that we had discovered something incredible, something wonderful. And each one of us brought something unique to the table to offer to this product, for this product. I do know this. I would never be able to do this without Danielle and Dave, because their input and their support and their expertise was not my expertise. My expertise was the oils and the commitment to natural products. Their expertise was the design, the packaging, the marketing, producing prototypes. I couldn't do that. So it was a great, great marriage of all of our strengths that has produced this incredible product.
I did know about essential oils. I did know about natural remedies, but was I truly sold on it? Not really. It wasn't until I think maybe our second or third meeting in that I was changed. I saw the power unfold right before my eyes, and that was a very moving moment for me. Very powerful.
We had to keep things in order, which is to say, first we had to figure out if we were all a fit for one another. Danielle had to discover essential oils and really become a believer. She was caught up in the diagnosis of her son with diabetes, and this theme of us wanting to be so successful with one of our businesses that we could really make a substantial impact in the form of giving back. So the first few meetings were really about pencil drawings and cocktail napkins, trying to really figure out how to work with one another, who would do what the crucial or critical path to launch would look like. And then we started to get in the meat and potatoes of it. We started to share design ideas for the packaging. We started to talk about the substrates. We started to talk about the supply chain. Pam started mixing up combinations of essential oils and solutions, and we got into discussions about preservatives and emulsifiers. We started to finalize the packaging. made selections about the vendor partners that we would work with, decided what might be proprietary and what wasn't. Did a lot of additional market research to confirm that what we thought we knew about the space was true. The word Whole Foods came up a lot. Was that the best path? I had a personal discovery about the impact and the significance of the doTERRA community and how many essential oil enthusiasts there were, and the power of that to create a marketplace for us before we would ever consider Whole Foods. Those are significant things. Ultimately, we made prototype packaging, which in this particular case, I selected a manufacturer that I knew we could get really a finished product from, so it was great, beautiful packaging. We took it to a focus group. We confirmed all the things we thought we knew about which flavors were best, the size of the wipe, the way it should dispense, where it might be sold, the price points, etc. Over time, the group really started to click, and everyone really brought a lot to the party.
So there was a point that we realized where we really needed to get input from consumers. And so we set up a focus group. The focus group comprised of early teens all the way into adulthood. And we had these individuals come together, and they touched and they felt and they smelt and they experienced our incredible wipes. And when we saw their reaction, that really got us excited, because what they were telling us is they wanted this kind of product. They've been looking for this kind of product. So it was then that we realized that we can take this product to commercial manufacturing. And this is how we've got what we've got today.
I never really paid attention before. I would go to Target, I would go to Staters, I would go in and buy, cleaning wipes, the traditional Clorox brand, because, it's just been embedded into my brain that Clorox is, if you want something clean, Clorox is the way to go. And that's not the case anymore. These chemicals that we put on our bodies, on our kids, on our kitchen counters, that ultimately get transferred to us, it's not okay. It's not okay. There are natural ways of killing, and I'm very excited to bring fresh wipes to market, because this is an alternative. It's a healthy alternative. It's one that you can feel safe using over and over again.
So in our conversations of what the oils would look like, what they would smell like, how they would be infused into each wipe, it was my responsibility to come up with combinations of fragrances using doTERRA oils that would just woo you, that would just wow everyone. So that was kind of a heavy thing to do. But I created a lab where there was no lab. And it was in the kitchen of our office or in my personal kitchen at my home, and put together combinations of oils and played with them and brought them to Dave and Danielle, and they would vote yes or they would vote no, and then I'd go back and start again and tweak them and fine-tune them till we came up with 3 of the perfect combinations of oils. And from that, we are now going to have some line extensions where we're going to make more combinations. And the possibilities are endless. We're really excited not only about what's already been created, but the possibility of what we will create in the future.
I think we're going to bring a really great product and then line extensions that are essential oil-based to the market. And the more successful we are at doing that, the more skilled we are at doing that, the more consumers will impact. And I think we'll improve lives simply because people will choose these products over all the chemical-based cleaning agents that exist out there. And then the other is in giving back. We really have significant plans about taking a portion of the profits of the company and returning them to groups that we think are doing the right thing with their dollars and their time to help others.
You can walk into any store and you can find a plethora of wipes. But those wipes are completely and totally different from the wipes that we created. To use ingredients that come from nature, to use ingredients that are non-toxic, to use ingredients that do not have any chemicals is not an easy feat. Even as we were going through the manufacturing and formulation of this product, lots of different options were presented to us that included chemicals. And those options financially would have brought our production cost way down. But the three of us were committed. We were committed to using natural ingredients that were completely and totally non-toxic. Ingredients that you could actually ingest and there would be no side effects whatsoever. And because of that, we have created an incredible, high quality, high grade, very effective, extremely efficient product, which is completely different than anything you will find on your store shelves.